Hi, welcome back. I'm Phil Iannuzzi, and my goal is to help current and aspiring leaders develop, empower, and sustain their leadership capability over the long term. In my previous video, I introduced the launch of my new book on leadership development, Leadership Excellence: Empower Your Leadership with the Model for Sustained Leadership Success. The model is derived from a wide range of literature, research, and leadership best practices across business, education, government, the military, and multinational organizations. The book is scheduled for release this June. The ebook will be available for pre-order in the coming weeks. In this video, I would like to introduce the book's focus on sustained leadership excellence, spotlight the three dimensions of leadership that frame the model, and finish with a discussion of the model's key components. Let's start with a few questions. First, what is sustained leadership excellence? Sustained leadership excellence is a leader's ability to consistently achieve the correct results with their team safely and effectively over the long term. What does it take to achieve this level of excellence? Consistently effective leaders develop and sustain this capability through continuous education, training, observation, practice, and experience. This ongoing development process yields valuable learning and prepares leaders to take on additional responsibilities. Despite the level of preparation, however, the demands of leadership are time-consuming, unpredictable, and wide-ranging. What can leaders do to empower and sustain their leadership effectiveness over the long term, regardless of these challenges? The key to sustained leadership excellence, despite the challenges, is to lead from a foundation of core values and pillars of leadership attributes that inform and shape leadership decisions, communication, and actions. This premise led to the central question shaping the content of the book. Is there a development framework that can empower and sustain leadership excellence over the long term, regardless of the team one leads, the environment one operates in, or the mission one performs? The model for sustained leadership excellence depicted in Figure 1 is designed to help leaders achieve that objective. Let's take a closer look at the model. As illustrated in Figure 2, the model is structured around three dimensions: a foundation of core values, pillars of enabling attributes, and a gabled capstone representing the leadership process. Figure 3 depicts the primary elements that frame the model. The foundation represents three core values of leadership: character shaped by integrity, a service mindset, and the continuous pursuit of excellence. Three pillars symbolize the model's enabling attributes: trust, concern, and the will to lead. And the gabled pediment at the top of the model illustrates the inputs, outputs, and outcomes of the leadership process. Figure 4 highlights the inputs, outputs, outcomes, and unifying forces of the leadership process. The inputs of the process correspond to a leader's decisions, communication, and actions, which are referred to as the instruments of leadership. The outputs reflect the motivation, influence, and inspiration produced by these inputs. Ultimately, the aim of sustained leadership excellence is for leaders and their teams to safely and effectively achieve the correct mission results over the long term, which the model defines as outcomes of the process. The leadership process requires unity of effort, achieved by steering a team's performance through an aligned set of unifying forces, including the team's mission, vision, values, goals, objectives, priorities, and strategy. The comprehensive model underscores the essential role the core values and attributes play in shaping and informing leadership decisions, communication, and actions to sustain a team's performance over the long term. I'll leave you with this quote from Peter Drucker, regarded as one of the most influential and widely read thinkers and writers on modern organizations and leadership, and referred to as the creator and inventor of modern management. Drucker says, "Effective leadership is not about making speeches or being liked. It is defined by results. The model for sustained leadership excellence is designed to help leaders achieve those results. In my next video, we will take a closer look at each dimension. Stay tuned.